Hello everyone. This is my topic of my presentation, analysis of self-similarity, memory and variation in growth rate of COVID-19 cases in India. Myself, Dr. Kaushik Ghosh from University of Burdwan. The objectives of this present talk is, firstly, analysis has been done on daily number of new confirmed cases of COVID-19 in India, starting from January 30, which is the first reporting date, till June 30, 2020. And the source is WHO Coronavirus Disease COVID-19 dashboard. Secondly, to reduce uncertainty and irregular fluctuations in the present time series, 7-point moving average is taken, and the entire analysis has been further performed over this 7-point moving average data. For this time series, investigation of fractal nature has been performed by means of Higuchi method, and corresponding fractal dimension has been obtained. Also, scaling analysis has been applied to understand the nature of the memory in it by means of Hurst exponent. Next, on the basis of 7-point moving average data, a cumulative profile of confirmed cases of COVID-19 in India has been generated. An effort has been made to understand the initial exponential growth and also the growth rate of infection. So this is actually the data, daily new confirmed cases of COVID-19 in India. Next one is the 7-point moving average for this particular data. And now comes the Higuchi method for estimating the fractal dimension. Here, what we do, we start with the time series xtn, where small n is actually the 1, 2, 3 up to capital N, where capital N represents the actual size of the data taken. And we start with a regular interval Tn given by this particular manner. And tau represents the constant gap between two consecutive observation instances. By this way, we frame this fractal length as lnk, where k is the length of the curve for time interval this k, and we set this average lk, and then we can observe that this particular lk is proportional to k to the power minus d, and this exponent d is then called the fractal dimension. And basically, this fractality should be rising if we have this range for d coming between 1 to 2. And this is actually the curve for the present case. We are getting the fractal dimension from this base estimating straight line for the log-log plot. And you can see it's very much coinciding with this log-log plot. And then we have framed this Hurst exponent by means of the scaling analysis. Here what we do, we start by taking the cumulative standard deviation of the data by this manner given by equation 3. And then if we can observe this particular powered law for this dt, which is the cumulative standard deviation, as proportional to t to the power h given by 4, this h is called the Hurst exponent, and observation says this Hurst exponent should lie between 0 to 1, and exact value per 0.5 gives us a true random walk or Brownian time series. If it lies between 0 to 0.5, it means a short memory process. If it is between 0.5 to 1, it's a long memory process. Exactly equal to 1 means a smooth time series, and 0 means it's a white noise. And see, here is the curve for the scaling analysis of the 7-point moving average of these daily data. And here, this particular straight line is the best fitting straight line for this log-log plot. And the corresponding slope of this straight line will give us the estimation of the Hurst exponent. Now comes the variable growth rate of infection during initial exponential growth phase. We start by taking this infection at time t as it given by I0 e to the power mu t, and I0 is the total number of infected at any initial time what we have chosen. Mu is the corresponding growth rate, and if this mu is variable with time t, we can have this equation 6 where mu represents a function of time t. And eventually from 7 we can have this mu at different time t coming from 6. Next task is to fit a polynomial of certain convenient degree for this mu as obtained by this equation 7. The process is continued till the measure of goodness of fit r square for the polynomial stays greater than 0.97, and also the percentage error at each position for the estimated I as counted by 6 for the estimated mu over this polynomial against the actually observed I stays within 5%. And this particular thing is repeated for different fresh choices of this I0 as we just have these particular things observed. Otherwise, we have to stop if this acceptability range fails, and then we have to say that we have exhausted the exponential initial growth rate. And this is actually the cumulative number of confirmed cases of COVID-19. And then comes the different slices for this growth rate. First is 59 to 82 days, taking day 58 as the origin. Next is 83 to 90 days. Next is for 91 to 101 days. Then comes 102 to 106 days. then 107 to 132 days profile, and finally 133 to 147 days profile. So here comes the conclusion of the present work. The obtained fractal dimension is D 1.107, which is in the admissible range between 1 to 2. It's showing some fractality, so it possesses some self-similarity or fractal nature. So some kind of statistical replication of pattern from microstage to macrostage is feasible here. We are getting the Hurst exponent h as 0.491, which is less than zero point 0.5, which shows some kind of short or anti-persistent behavior. That means this possibly suggesting that on an average a relatively shorter incubation period for COVID-19 in India. The magnitude is somehow very near to zero point 0.5 for this Hurst exponent, showing a tendency towards randomness. Observation possibly indicates a more uncertain behavior in terms of predictability. Study doesn't yield a constant growth rate of infection, rather it shows a time-dependent profile with variable functional representation at different windows of time. This supports the observation of short memory as well as possible tendency towards randomness, which altogether in turn might point towards a complexity in the inherent process. So these are the references what we have taken.